It always happens.
Well,
Like, I want to
you're in
see
the military, because you're saying you train the special forces, and we know some people from there, and a lot of, because we do talk to a lot of martial artists.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any martial arts training for you over there?
While I was going through Special Forces conditioning program, and while I was going through the selection process, none of that. It's just about physical building for your endurance,
Right.
your rucking ability. You need to be able to carry 85, 95, 105 pounds on your back, right? Or 80 pounds plus food, water,
Right.
excess, right? So it adds up.
No.
And get used to that over periods of long distance, practice jogging with that, running with that, going over sand,
Right.
going over rocks, yeah. So, and doing it for not just an hour or two, but for 6, 7, 8
Did that affect your
hours,
knees at
10.
the time then? I mean, would that have, that sounds like it would be pretty damaging to the knees having
That impact, yeah.
Yeah, and then just walking like that.
I will say it made me the fastest and the strongest I've been in my life. I could run 2 miles in 11 minutes and 34.
With the pack?
Not with the pack.
Okay,
Without,
shit, you're amazing.
yeah, without the pack, I could run
like,
2 miles in 11 minutes and 34 seconds.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
I got fast. I got
Yeah.
strong because all of that, the overcoming, the intensity of all these exercises and the strain you go through, that's what our body needs to grow.
So, how many times did you throw up in the process of running for 6, 7 hours? Never?
Never.
Damn.
Never threw up.
I felt like throwing up just hearing you talk about it. I'm already that tired.
Dude,
It already
this
hurts.
is some, when we first heard about you,
Yeah.
we were like, okay, what is this going to be about, right? And then hearing these crazy stories, and a lot of that is because of you as your own personality, but hearing the things that are affected by when we walk around or jog around and do these things, I would have never realized that.
Mm-mm.
I remember when I was young and I was running for something or whatever. The moment I stopped, my shins were hurting like crazy. And somebody says, "Oh, that shin splints, blah blah blah." And yeah, that happens all the time. I go,
Yeah, it's a regular
why only
thing.
to me, right? Because I never heard anybody talk about shin splints, and I was like, and I guess you could shed some light on this.
Mm.
But is that a correct statement that it happens to everybody, or is it just to some people or Asians? I mean, what the hell?
I will say shin splints. I'm trying to think of what it's called. Under the foot, where you feel the tightening of the Achilles tendon pulling on the under part of your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
He's
it
not
is.
And
fasciitis.
plantar fasciitis, yeah. And all of these issues, there's a reason why it's an issue. If what you were doing was proper, it wouldn't hurt. So something you were doing is improper.
Just running like I was taught to do since I was a kid, really.
I'm sure you were improperly taught how to run. And I'm sure you had some muscles that were way too strong and other muscles that were getting no use.
Okay.
And so because of that uneven pull of the body, something's going to give. And usually that results in an injury or pain.
Now,
That's
is
why
that-
people pull like elbow joints and knee joints, huh? Because
Yeah.
the muscles on one side are pulling more than the ones on the other.
Exactly. Imagine if you have a rubber band and you're pulling it, you're pulling it, you're pulling it. Eventually something's got to give. It's the either thing or the rubber band, something, or your hand. Something's got to give. So just as our body is all connected, something has to give if something's pulling too hard on another.
So how do you determine that so that you can help or relieve yourself from shin splints?
So one, I'd figure out your walking gait, which normally you compensate in some way for. You've been walking for excess amount of time in your life. So your body knows how to compensate to make sure walking doesn't hurt. Then I see how you are when you're jogging, increase to a running speed. Usually once you increase from your jogging to your running speed, I'll see where your deficiencies are. What are you changing about your gait to get to this high amount of speed, right? Because there's something that you've been compensating for all the way up until this point. And
But
now
you can't anymore.
You can't anymore. Now you're just going to do your natural pattern, your natural gait. And then I can see, oh, your hip is dropping. Oh, your knees cave in. Oh, your foot is twisting away, right? you have
Catch all this.
yes.
Yeah, I
Your-
know,
your-
right? Like
your
it's
foot-
very intensive.
Your foot is either twisting in
Right.
or it's over. Most people will twist over because shoes are made to make the outside of our foot and our, I forget if it's your posterior tibialis or anterior tibialis. I might be wrong.
One of those.
Someone can correct me. But one of those muscles become lazy due to wearing shoes. And because of that, most people will have a foot drop over that way rather than a foot drop over this way.
So
And
which is better to have then?
neither.
Oh, okay.
It's better
You gotta
just
be
to
flat.
have a strong foot that has
Okay.
use of all sides of the muscle. But because of our shoes, we create a laxity and laziness that will typically curve our foot over.
So that means it's stronger on the outside than on the inside.
Meaning it's lazy and weak, and there is no strength on the muscle pulling that up.
Oh.
And so a very easy technique that everyone can do is as you walk, raise your pinky toe. Just raise your pinky toe. That'll give you more usage out of some
I see
muscle
what
you
you're saying.
don't
I
use
could,
to.
I could
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
We're both, hey, we're playing with our pinky toes.
I did it here, but I'm doing it with both my feet right now. I'm like, oh, I see.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
we were just talking about something similar because we were teaching on Sunday, and we were teaching some of the students how to maintain their structure internally instead of like flying off their center axis, right? And that's to push off the middle of your feet and to maintain the weight here like this. So then when you rotate, you can create tension and then potentially hit harder, more kinetic energy with less movement and all that.
Yes.
But you know, same concept, because that's what's actually corrected a lot of my walking is the fact that I do martial arts. Because I used to have that heel on the outside that would wear out a lot more than the inside. And I was wondering why, and then we figured this stuff out. We're like, oh, so that's a lot of the same structural ideas that we use for training.
Yes. And so if you're over the age of, let's say 14, whatever damage is done is done. Your anatomy is what it is, and usually up until I think it's 22 years of age, you might be able to correct a few things, but not much of the anatomy of that.
Damn, I'm 16. Fuck.
So
Thanks a lot.
you can't change the
I'm
anatomy of
leaving.
it.
I quit.
I'm
But
done.
what you can do is strengthen the soft tissues connected to the muscle that will allow you to perform your everyday movements better.
Okay, so dude, we have to do this, and I kind of feel like you need to be part of this one, because if anyone can benefit from strengthening
Yeah.
anything, is you. No offense.
Thanks.
I love you, brother. I just
I
want
appreciate
you
it. Thank you.
just need to kick your ass a little longer, so you need to be fit. No, we're still like 35 minutes in, so yeah, we definitely can reset and start showing some of this stuff.
Yeah. What do people have to do to get a hold of you so that let's
yeah,
plug
that's
you
actually
real
a good
quick.
idea.
We want to have people come out and reach out to you.
Before that, he is here at Physique Magnifique, by the way. He does teach at Physique Magnifique, and I believe he has time slots throughout the week that you guys can find him. So tell them how to get a hold of you, and then what do they need to do to get into your class?
The best thing you can do is come to Physique Magnifique and meet me here. I'm here in the mornings, usually at 6 in the morning to 8 in the morning, and usually in the evenings from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Wow.
So 6 in the morning. Are we opening at 5, right?
We're open at 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a better run then? Because we had another guest come on and she says, yeah, we do our stuff at like about 5 or 6 because there's not a lot of traffic, there's not a lot of exhaustion wherever else. You feel that's the same thing for you guys as far as running out in the streets and whatever?
Absolutely. It's easier to do things in the morning because you don't have so many opportunity costs throughout the day, right?
What's opportunity costs?
Yeah.
So, actually, this is a business term or a finance term. Opportunity cost is if I can do my, let's say you have 3 options. 1, you can eat breakfast with your family. Option 2 is you can work on a project that'll make you $300. Or option 3 is you can go for a run. Which one is the most expensive for you, the greatest opportunity cost compared to the others? Which is most important to you? If you believe that having breakfast with your family has the most expensive opportunity cost if you choose the other 2, because then your family won't be happy, then you will choose to eat breakfast with your family. If not doing that project that'll make you $350 is the greatest opportunity cost, you will do that over running and spending time with your family. Or if not going for that run is the greatest opportunity cost, you won't do the other two, but you will go for the run.
Huh.
So it is making a choice based off of your resources. You have to choose 1, 2, or 3. Then which one is the most expensive? You don't do it.
Most costly.
Yeah, the most costly. I'm trying to think. Usually it's a microeconomic decision. So people will say, well, that $350 will make me enough money to pay for all the groceries for the rest of the week. So that's best for me, and that's good for them. Well, another person say, I have more than enough money. I just want to have breakfast with my family because that's the most precious thing for me. And they'll do that. And the third person says, if I don't go for this run, I'm not going to do it for the rest of the day, so I'm going to go for my run. Right?
And then go have breakfast with my family.
Yeah, start earlier, dumbass.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So that's
Right.
why it's better starting at 5 or 6 in the morning, because then you can
go and have breakfast at 7 instead of.
with your family.
Right.
Exactly.
Nice.
There's
Okay.
no opportunity cost at that point because you already got done your
You
run.
got a book.
Yeah, and then you probably had enough time after your run to get started on that
On that
$350 project because you've been up early.
All right, folks, you hear that?
Get up early, be successful.
Yes.
I don't know.
Come see Tony.
What are we doing wrong? We get up early every day.
We get up early for the wrong reasons. That's what we're doing wrong.
But yeah, no, definitely. Let's show the people what this is all about and what
Yeah.
it entails. We would love to see a demonstration. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
All right.
Cool,
so
folks,
say-
we're gonna break this up. We'll be
We'll be
right
right
back. All right, folks, we're back. We're here with Tony here. I'm not even gonna say the rest of the names. I already forgot. Anthony Bonifacio Evans.
Tony Evans.
Tony Evans.
Tony Evans. That's about it.
Tony
I
Evans.
was- Miguel.
Behave.
That's what I said.
My gel.
So, anyways, he's gonna we've set up, and he's gonna be showing some walking or running techniques
Drop my phone.
to really help you guys out. And once this is done, folks, if you're really excited and interested about what he's doing, give him a call here at.
Z Magnifique, 387 Granda Avenue, South San Francisco. I don't know the phone number,
Yeah.
but just look it up on Google.
And I do have a website.
Oh.
QPDfit.com.
QPDFit.com. All right, cool. So, folks, you know where to find them. And now,
It's for Quality Pecs Daily.
QPD.
I'm joking. But
I was gonna go.
That's not what that says, God. He knows how to read.
Sometimes.
You can't fool with that.
Sometimes.
So, anyways, I'm gonna get out of the way, and they're gonna get to it, guys. Have fun.
Oh, seriously, yeah. Oh, can you turn that off for me? I'd appreciate it. It's on the floor. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
shoes is off. All right. So the best thing you can do is number 1, take your shoes off, because we live our lives in these things. Imagine if you had a blindfold on your eyes and giant blackout goggles on your eyes all the time. How would you see anything? You wouldn't. You wouldn't see anything. But that's what we do. We put socks, which are like blindfolds, and then on top of that, we put shoes, which are like giant thick goggles over our eyes, so our sensation on our feet is completely depleted.
yeah, because the homunculus on the brain thingy that they do, the hands and the feet are the biggest.
Yeah. So
For
imagine,
sensitivity, right?
absolutely. Imagine what your feet are your perception, your eyes on the earth.
Oh,
And yet we strip that away from ourselves. So number 1, if you can, take off your shoes a little bit more. Be more active on your own feet, because otherwise you're blinding yourself and you get no benefit out of that.
I never thought of it that way. Oh my god, that.
So that's number 1. Number 2 is running is much more of a pulling motion than it is of a pushing motion. So when you think of running, are you thinking of push?
Yeah, you're pushing
push?
off the balls of your feet, right?
What you're doing right there is you're creating more impact and actually reducing your mechanical advantage. So running instead is more of a pulling motion, like a bicycle. You're riding a bicycle over the earth with your feet.
Oh, that explains a lot of issues in my knees.
Yeah, so reduce your pushing, increase your pulling. That's number 2.
Okay.
All right, but we have 3 activities we're going to go over here that are really good, strengthening, stabilization, with a little bit of motion activities for you to do that will benefit you most effectively for most common issues.
Okay.
Number
My
one.
issue is knees, and I get that really tight Achilles where like you can almost hear the tightness every time you try to wiggle it. Like it's really like super tense. Those are my issues. Those are like my major issues when I row.
Thank you for sharing that. Well, what we're going to do, like I said, with step downs especially,
Okay.
is going to give that little bit of like flossing your knee. It's going to benefit you. So number one, we're going to come over here to the Bosu ball. The Bosu ball is excellent for stabilizing.
Mm-hmm.
So for this Bosu ball, there is a progression.
Okay.
Number one is the stand of the Bosu ball. This one is not very uncoordinated. I would choose one that's a little more air inflated, because then you'll constantly,
It's wobblier.
yeah, you will balance and counterbalance yourself.
Okay.
The point of the Bosu ball is that balance and counterbalance effect. So you're just getting that movement in your ankles and in your knees, which is just trying to balance yourself out. Once you can do that very easily, hold that for 30 seconds, do more of a crouch position. The crouch position is your knees are in front of your toes. Imagine if your knees are going through your index toe, being your second toe, your knees are guided through your index toe, and from this position, hold 30 seconds. If that's too easy, you can pick one leg up and you can hold it out. 30 seconds. And the other leg, 30 seconds. But starting from an easy standing position.
Okay. Does the width matter at all? Like under the hips or the shoulders or?
So you're going to get variations on whether your feet are out, your feet are straight forward, or if your ankles are out. You're going to get a different combination of movements. So that's up to you on what you need the most.
How can you tell which one you need the most?
You can, well, first off is, like you explained your issues, I'd have to see your issues when you run, so I can say, oh, you're pulling too much to the center. Oh, you're pulling too much away, or you're pushing too much away from your body. Like, most people will run like this.
Really? They cross their feet?
They cross their feet. Their legs will want to overcross because their adductors, which are muscles that bring your muscles to the center, are usually overly strong. And because of that, most people will live their life sitting like this, like this, like this, and bending up like this.
Okay.
And you see they get that knock knee, their ankles want to cave in, and their hips are always stronger to the center. So for those people, it's better for you to go from a straight forward or even ankle outward slightly, not overly projected, but just a slight bit outward, and a slight bend in the knees. Try to get the knees in front of the toes.
Oh, there you go.
Nice and tall. Imagine if there's a string through, you're nice and tall. Try to balance yourself right here, right? You're just going to get some stability inside your ankles and inside of your knee.
I really hear it in my calves.
Okay. Then you're leaning back on the calves. I want you to lean forward a little bit and try to stabilize yourself nice and tall.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah. Most people will rely on their calves because calves are really strong muscles and they walk all day, right? But
and that's where that impact happens.
yes. And if you can try to bend your knees a little deeper, get a little lower. Still imagine you're tall, but with that nice bend. All right. If you feel if you feel it on your calves, then what you're going to do is you're going to lean back off of your ball, lean back off of the ball of your feet. If your ball is this meaty, bony part right here towards the toes, instead of putting all the pressure on there, come off to an even kilter on your heel and on your ball. Take the pressure off of your calves. Therefore, you're going to get a lot more use out of all the different muscles in your lower body.
So then it's you're using everything instead of over carrying on one muscle alone.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you to use everything to pull and push and pull and push and pull and push. Okay. Now, I think that was good.
Nice.
Let's go to our second exercise. The second one that's really good is step downs. Like I said, step downs are like, whoa. That one's a little, I should move that back a little bit.
On the mat.
Yeah, onto the mat.
Yeah, we don't want people sliding off the step.
So the step down, I would start with a low step down like this, and then over time try to increase in height and step down. And the whole point of the step down is for you to balance on one leg, right, nice and tall, strong, and then for you to take the other leg, toes pointed up towards the sky. Like I said, if you can, remember your pinky toe, bring that pinky toe up, try to lean down, hit the ground,
Oh.
and extend yourself back up.
Wait, you do that with the taller ones?
Yes.
Holy crap.
And so, over time, and of course, whatever you do on one side, make sure you do it the other side. Same thing, the other foot. Balance yourself, get yourself nice, tall, strong leg. What'll help most people is stabilizing with their abdominal muscles and stabilizing with their glute muscles. Holding them together will keep themselves nice and tall and strong. All right. Yeah, my left leg is a little weaker in the ankle, and then from here, you can step down, heel to the ground, and extend up. As I showed you, you can hold on to this just with a single finger, double finger. Try not to go full fist.
Damn it, that was my hands going straight to them. I'm using all my hands.
All right, so focus on that is just the balance.
Okay, and just,
Yep. There you go. Try to step down to the ground. All right, and extend the knee back up.
do you want to lock it or do you want to?
You don't want to hyperextend. Do not just come to a natural extension.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I see the difference of tensing up. You get a more vertical movement than if you double over a little bit when you're not
Yeah. And
flexing the stomach.
the other leg. Yep. You're taking all of your other body parts out of the way. You're putting all the movement on your one leg that is stabilizing, flexing, and extending. It's getting all the work out of there. And therefore, like I said, it's just like you would floss your teeth, but instead you're doing that for your knees. It's an excellent workout.
Yeah, because you really feel it on the ligaments on the outside, the ones that keep the patella in your knee. Like they're really getting a workout over here.
Yes.
And a lot of people, they dislocate their knee because this ligament is weak.
Yes. One ligament is too strong, another ligament is too
And
weak.
it pulls it out of place.
Something gets moved out of the right place, something gets injured.
So, wow. What about the wedge?
And then here is, yeah, you can use a wedge.
Mm-hmm.
You can use, this is an incline board. You can just use the simple incline in the street. That's what I love about this activity. You don't even need this equipment or this equipment to do the activities.
Don't steal your walker from your grandparents.
Yeah. You can use a staircase for the step down, and you can use an incline for the incline as we're going to do. For this activity, simple enough. If you can hold yourself nice and tall, this is too easy, then what you can do is you can do squats, a squatting movement. Imagine if you were nice and tall and you try to sit straight down, stand straight up, sit straight down, stand straight up.
It makes it look that easy. I
And
gotta try it. Cause
And if that is too easy, you can do the single-legged squat,
no.
which is very tough.
Dude, you made that look so easy.
Alright.
Because I feel like I'm gonna lean at any point.
Just
from
keep
here.
yourself nice and tall. Use your glutes, tighten your glutes.
Oh,
Tighten
okay.
your glutes. Again, one of the most underutilized big strong muscles is the gluteal muscle. It's multiple muscles, right? We have the
Minimus,
gluteus maximus, minimus, medius.
How did you get that one?
Yeah, but they don't get as much work as people should use them. You should use your gluteus when you're walking.
And is this like butt down to the ankle or?
What's comfortable for you?
Oh, okay.
As long as your hips go lower than your knee, that is sufficient.
Okay, maybe one more, and that's about it.
There you go. You got a good
Right.
strong lower back. That's very helpful for all of these exercises.
I've been thrown around so much that I've had to learn to be stronger in the back.
Yeah.
But dude, so and this is just 3 of the exercises that you use, and
Yes.
and then you have circuits that you do, and you
Yes.
bring groups together, and then I believe half of your class is running outside.
Yes.
Oh, come here, sir, please.
All right. So, yeah, half of the time we're
Yeah.
outside on the street running, and the other half of the time we're doing this. We're doing the work that prepares you for this,
Okay.
right? So that way, I want to make running
Uh-huh.
free, easy, simple. It should feel fun
And not painful.
and not painful, right?
All right.
And so this is the workout. Well, many other
Right.
workouts on top of it, more intense.
So, folks,
Yeah.
come on by and check out everything they have. Rick, what you think? You going to join the class now? Come on, let's
I'm
go
afraid
run.
I'm going to break. I'm the person when I try to lean over. Remember, I'm 60, goddammit.
Oh, actually, I have had the blessing to have two clients that were both older than you, 65 and 70,
Now you're trying to shame me.
and and they were women, and they ran
Oh,
over.
Fidapa was there, huh?
They ran over 2.5 miles.
Oh, that's right. They like running now.
Over
Yeah.
2.5 miles,
Wow.
and they love running now. You know,
Well, it is something
Yeah.
to consider that.
Yeah, huh? We'll tell you what.
what I'm saying is, running is something everyone can do wherever you are in the world. And so my concept is, how can I teach everyone to have the opportunity to go run and enjoy it? It's an easy, free way to lose weight,
Mhm.
to become stronger, and to live a healthy life. So why not learn how to run?
Damn it. There
And
you
how-
go. No excuse now.
Again, how do we get a hold of you now?
Yeah.
You can get a hold of me at Physique Magnifique. At the front desk, they can get you in contact with me, number one, because I will be here in the mornings from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Thursday.
Are the classes 2 hours long?
The classes are an hour long each.
Mhm.
I don't want to overwork people,
Right.
but I want to give them just enough that I have an 8-week program that
Okay.
I'm doing right now, and I'm going to convert into another 4-week program.
We will double your running time and distance in 8 weeks. Or wait, what's
I will get you to run a minimum of 2 kilometers in 8 weeks if you
Okay.
never ran in your life.
Ooh,
So,
0 to 2.
That's over a mile.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
And your website again?
QPD Fit at QPDFit.com.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
folks, now you know how to get a hold of Tony Evans and learn how to run like a pro, or at least someone who doesn't have old man knees. Actually, no, that's me. I really like old man knees, seriously. So
I'm just an old man. He's got old man.
I do got old man knees, I swear. But this was an awesome episode. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Tony, for
Dude,
joining
that
us.
was a
That
lot
was
of fun. You know, we're definitely
Interesting,
looking
interesting
into
guy.
it. It is something that I've been wanting to do,
right.
and I never felt like I was damn. My shins hurt every time I do it, so I'm
So
like,
you just
I'm
dread
not
it.
gonna do it. Yeah, I have a treadmill at home,
Mm.
and I walk on that. Even when I start to try to run it, it's pretty painful. So I'm like, okay, here's a new avenue that I can look into and so, folks. Really, you might want to give us a call.
Oh,
give him a
definitely.
call and try this out.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like it's a worthwhile adventure.
Oh,
Yeah.
any age.
And if
Yeah.
you get in a car, he'll teach you how to turn that thing.
So
your
you get
mom-
hit,
so
and
your
your mom is
doesn't
safe.
get hit. Thank you, Jesus.
And we learned how to be blessed. But once again, it's a special episode of Kali Conversations with
With me, Rick,
and me, Naeem,
and Tony Evans.
Anthony Evans.
You
All
guys
right,
have a
folks.
wonderful day. We'll see you
Thanks
soon.
for tuning in.
Bye.
Till the next one.
3, 2, 1, cut!
Almost forgot to sign off, man. Almost forgot to sign off.